Okay. Now in the previous lecture, this is the continuation. We are discussing, this is the point, argument of z minus argument of minus z is equals to plus or minus pi. Already we given this explanation. First case, maybe if argument of z is positive, maybe if it is theta. If it is z, where minus z will be? Minus z is here. Means this is the argument. What about this argument will be? Minus of pi minus theta. Then they are asking difference, you will get the value. Case 2. If argument of z is equals to theta, negative angle you may take it. Negative means, here if you observe the diagram, let this is the imaginary axis, let this is the real axis, let this is z somewhere here. This is the angle minus theta. Then automatically if it is z, minus z means somewhere here it will be. Somewhere here it is minus z. Then what about this value will be? Pi minus theta only, na? That's it. Then within this case, we have to find argument of z minus argument of minus z. What is argument of z value will be? Minus theta. Minus argument of minus z is nothing but pi minus theta. Then what you will get, mom? Minus theta plus theta cancel. You will get the value minus pi is the value. So here argument of z minus argument of minus z. What is the value will be? Plus or minus pi is the value. That is depending upon the basic thing, argument of z. If the argument of z is positive, you will get the difference value as pi. If the argument of z lie between minus pi to 0, means negative, then in that case, the argument's difference is given by minus pi is the value. Competitive point of view, this one also. Directly they will ask. What is the value of multi-answer they will ask. What is the value of argument of z minus argument of minus z equal to 0? Okay, we can't say pi minus pi. So what it will be? Pi minus pi. That's it. Okay. Next one. Okay. Next mom. Today I will discuss about the rotation theorem in detail. Rotation theorem. Okay. While entering into that rotation theorem, few points are there focusing on the complex numbers, mom. Okay. Those formulae, that is easy only, like that they given this kind of properties. First property I am writing a square plus ab plus b square equal to a square plus ab plus b square equals to a minus b omega square, like this one. Few properties. A minus b omega square. If you multiply this, here omega is nothing but complex cube root of unity. Omega is nothing but a complex cube root of unity. So automatically 1 plus omega square equal to 0 and omega cube wherever you will get 1. We have to take like this. That's it. And next one more property they given, a square minus ab plus b square equal to a plus b omega into a plus b omega square. This is also one more property, ma. Next, third property, a cube plus b cube equals to a plus b into next value, ma, a plus b omega into a plus b omega square. This is one more property. So if you want more, you can multiply them. Okay, then you will get the answer. Okay. Next, similarly, a cube minus b cube also they given. So here the next property, a cube minus b cube equal to, when you are discussing a cube minus b cube, all the values are minus we have to take. Minus means a minus b into a minus b omega, a minus b omega square. Like this we have to take it. Then here one more thing is also they given, a square plus b square plus c square, a square plus b square plus c square minus ab minus bc minus ca equal to, this is the value, ma'am, a plus b omega plus c omega square into a plus b omega square plus c omega. Of course, all these formula in the Arihant book they given, ma'am. Just one time go through this. Okay, here they clearly mention omega is the complex cube root of unity. So omega is the complex cube root of unity means, what is that meaning? The omega will satisfy the condition, ma'am. 1 plus omega square equal to 0, one property, and omega cube equals to 1. So this side part you can take it, multiply them. Wherever you will get omega cube, replace 1. Wherever you will get 1 plus omega square value, you can place the value 0. Then you will get all these results. Of course, one more property is also the given, a cube plus b cube plus c cube minus 3abc equals to, one more property here, visible more this one. Okay, here I will write a cube plus b cube plus c cube minus 3abc equal to a plus b plus c into a plus b omega plus c omega square into a plus b omega square plus c omega. This is the property. A plus b plus c into a plus b omega plus c omega square into a plus b omega square plus c omega. This is the formula for this value. A cube plus b cube plus c cube minus 3abc. Formula is that one. If you multiply now, then you will get the answer. Okay. Next, ma'am. Now, one example is given here. Here the example is there. If alpha, beta, gamma are the roots of, one example, ma, listen. If alpha, comma, beta, comma, gamma are the roots of the equation plus, what is the value? 7 equal to 0. X cube minus 3x square plus 3x plus 7 equal to 0. Then find the value of, alpha minus 1 by beta minus 1 plus beta minus 1 by gamma minus 1 plus gamma minus 1 by alpha minus 1. This is the bit. If alpha comma beta comma gamma are the roots of the equation x cube minus 3x square plus 3x plus 7 equal to 0, then we have to find the value alpha minus 1 by beta minus 1 plus beta minus 1 by gamma minus 1 plus gamma minus 1 by alpha minus 1. What about that whole value will be? Listen ma here. So here they given alpha, beta, gamma are roots of the equation x cube minus 3x square plus 3x plus 7 is equal to 0. This value I can modify the equation x cube minus 3x square plus 3x, okay, minus 1 plus 8 is equal to 0. Can I write like this? Just I am subtracting 1. So what I am subtracting, same thing I am adding. So automatically 7 plus 1, 8. And this value, till here if you observe, a cube minus 3a square b plus 3ab square minus b cube. 1 means I can add 1 cube na, that's it. Equal to what is the value, mom? Minus 8 is the value. Then what is the value? X minus 1. X minus 1 is equals to minus 8 whole power 1 by 3. Means here for 8, what you will get, mom? Minus 8 means minus 2 into this value I can write as minus 2 into, that means minus 2 whole cube into 1 power 1 by 3. I can write like this now. Minus 2 into 1 power 1 by 3. Can I write like this or not? Simple. What is minus 2 whole cube value? Minus 2 whole cube means minus 2 into minus 2 into minus 2 na? Minus 8 into 1 power 1 by 3. Means this is nothing but cube root of the unity. What are the cube roots of unity? 1 omega omega square. So if you take 1 is the value, here you will get minus 2. If you take omega, minus 2 into omega. If you take omega square, minus 2 omega square. So automatically here x equal to x minus 1 can take these three values. Since here complex numbers na, so directly here you can take minus 2 ma. If you take x equal to only minus 2, here listen, if you take here x minus 1 equal to minus 2, what you will get? X equal to minus 1 you will get. Only one root only you will get for the cubic equation. Okay na? Then how you can find remaining roots, mom? Like this. Complex cube roots of unity. Okay na? Otherwise few students they may think, sir, one root we got, minus 1 are real root. With minus 1 Harner's method do it, sir. Do it. Correct only. If you did Harner's method na, then also you can get the value. Otherwise the best method is this one. So minus 1, bring this side, minus 2 plus 1, minus 1, 1 minus 2 omega, 1 minus 2 omega square. This is alpha, this is beta, this is gamma. Now already all the values we know now. Then substitute the value. What they are asking here? Alpha minus 1 by beta minus 1. Alpha beta we know. Replace. Next beta minus 1 by gamma minus 1. Replace it. Replace it. Simplify. You will get the answer. This is the bit, mom. Even in theory of equation chapter is there. There also the same bit is there. Okay. But here with the help of the complex numbers, we can find the solution very easily. Simple logic here. We can modify. How you can modify? You can subtract 1 and add 1. Then till here what is the value? X minus 1 whole cube. This 8 value, if it goes to this side, minus 8. Then x minus 1 equal to minus 8 whole power 1 by 3. So here minus 8 whole 1 by 3 means minus 8 into 1 is there indirectly. Cube root of. Cube root of means 3 values we have to get na. So I can add minus 2 into 1 power 1 by 3. What are the cube root of 1 ma? Cube root of 1 is 1 omega omega square. So 1 omega omega square means if it is 1 minus 2. If it is omega, omega into minus 2 omega. If the value is omega square, minus 2 omega square. This is x minus 1. Then x equal to add 1 for all these values. 1 minus 2 minus 1. 1 minus 2 omega, 1 minus 2 omega square. So alpha value we know, beta value we know, gamma value we know. After knowing alpha, beta, gamma, what is our aim? Our aim is to find this is the value. Replace the value, simplify, you will get the answer. Okay. Next, mom. Okay. Next, mom. Today I will explain the concept of the rotation theorem in detail. I will explain. Okay, basing on this rotation theorem, we will derive a few important points also exclusively for IIT JEE, not for JEE mains, IIT JEE advanced point of view. So, for example, just wait 1 minute. Okay, listen. For example, two lines I can take like this. Two lines. Let this is a real axis. I can take as this is a real axis. Let this is Z1. Let this is Z2. Let this is Z3. Okay, ma. Real axis. Real axis. Z1 is one complex number. And Z2 is one more complex number. Z3 is one more complex number. Let this is theta 1. Let this is theta 2. If it is theta 1, this is theta 2. What about this angle will be? This angle is nothing but theta 1 minus theta 2 is the value. Theta 1 minus theta 2. Okay. Now, listen all of you. Very, very important. Listen carefully. Now, Z2 minus Z1 equal to in general, how you can represent the complex number in polar form? Z is equals to R into e power I theta, where R is equals to modulus of Z mom. Theta is the argument of Z or amplitude of Z. This is the polar form of the complex number. Number of times already we given. Now Z2 minus Z1. Here Z2 minus Z1 line angle making with real axis theta 2 means argument of Z2 minus Z1 is theta 2. And here R means modulus of this complex number. Modulus of Z2 minus Z1 into e power I theta 2. Can I write like this? Cross check one time. Z2 minus Z1 value. Z1 is one complex number. Z2 is one more complex number. Now I am writing Z2 minus Z1. Z2 minus Z1 means that is one complex number only. How you can represent a complex number? A complex number can be represented by its modulus value and its amplitude value. So here modulus means the distance between them only. Modulus of Z2 minus Z1 mom. Amplitude. What is amplitude? The line making an angle theta 2 with real axis. So argument in a theta 2. Similarly, Z3 minus Z1. Tell me how I can represent this value? Z3 minus Z1. And here Z3 Z1 line making an angle theta 1 with real axis. Theta 1 with real axis. So this value mom, modulus of Z3 minus Z1 into e power I theta 1. Okay. Now Now my aim is to find Z3 minus Z1 by Z2 minus Z1. Tell me, what about this value? Z3 minus Z1 by Z2 minus Z1 is equals to modulus of Z3 minus Z1 into e power I theta 1 by Z2 minus Z1 value. Modulus of Z2 minus Z1 into e power I theta 2, which is equal to what I can get here, it is value modulus of Z3 minus Z1 by modulus of Z2 minus Z1 into e power I theta 1 minus theta 2. This is the rotation theorem or Coney method. Okay, number of times we given more. Today we will discuss in detail a rotation theorem, or this is also known as the Coney method. Coney method. So this is the relation. Means here the simple logic is, if you observe the diagram totally, let this is Z3, this is Z1, this is Z2. If it is theta 1 minus theta 2 is the angle, then the relation is given by like this: Z3 minus Z1 by Z2 minus Z1 is equals to modulus of Z3 minus Z1 by modulus of Z2 minus Z1 into e power I theta 1 minus theta 2. That's it. This is the concept. For this concept, I explained this diagram, and similarly, here one more point is, any complex number can be represented by its modulus value and its amplitude value. Basing on this, this is the concept. Now, listen. This is the first diagram. Okay, this is the first diagram. Next case. Next case. If they given, this is one line like this, this is one more line, theta, then how you can apply the rotation theorem? If the two lines are intersecting like this, theta is the difference angle between them, these two lines. Now this value, listen mom, Z2 minus Z1, Z2 minus Z1 by Z3 minus Z4 equal to modulus Z2 minus Z1 by modulus Z3 minus Z4 into e power I theta. Okay, whenever if two lines are intersecting like this, first this line we have to take it. That too, this is the first point, this is the next point. Z2 minus Z1 by Z3 minus Z4 equal to modulus of Z2 minus Z1 by modulus of Z3 minus Z4 into e power I theta, where theta is the angle between these two lines. This is the next step. Okay ma, basing on the this only we derive, that is the value. Derivation means simple logic. Here same thing we applied. Instead of here I am taking point here, this point I can take as here. Then obviously this is the rotation theorem. Now a few points we will discuss ma here. Here the few points we will discuss. Here the first point they given as the diagram. Let me take the diagram. Here the one diagram they given as, for your understanding, I am taking the diagram also like this. Let this is Z1, let this is Z2, some P of Z1 they given mom. Here it is q of z means p is one point in the complex plane or organ plane, which is represented by the complex number z1 like that. Next here pq, let this is r is the point, let it be z3, pqr, s is the point z4 if they given like this, and between them the angle, let it be, this is theta. Imagine like this. Now here if you observe, this is the line AB they taken as, this is the line AB they taken, and this is the line they taken as some CD. Then basing on the rotation theorem, what we have to take, first of all, z1 minus z2 by z3 minus z4 equal to modulus z1 minus z2 by modulus z3 minus z4 into theta is the value now e power I theta. This is the value they given. Okay na. Now here the case is next point, basing on this. This is also basing on rotation theorem I given. For example, here AB coincides with CD. AB value coincides with CD. First case, case 1, we will explain more. If that is the AB line, AB coincide with CD. If AB coincide with the CD, then what about this theta value will be? Then theta is equal to 0 or pi only na. Got it, ma? If AB coincide with the CD, and how this relation given, ma, basing on the rotation theorem. Before I given z1, z2, z3, basing on that I given that concept. If AB coincide with the CD, then what is the theta value will be 0 or pi. If theta equal to 0, if theta equal to 0, what about the whole value will be, tell me? Cos 0 plus I sin 0 na. E power I theta means cos 0 plus I sin 0. Sin 0 value 0, cos 0 value 1. This is some real number. Modulus means these also one number into what we get, ma? Some real value you are getting. So what about the whole value will be real. So here theta is equal to 0 or pi. That implies z1 minus z2 by z3 minus z4 is purely real. This is very, very important point. Here this is the point only they given. So here if it is happen means, ma, that is purely real. So purely real means how you will get means modulus means real value. This is also real value. Theta equal to 0. So all these are real numbers. So you will get the real. Means how ABCD are related, ma? That implies we can conclude that A comma B comma C comma D are collinear. Collinear. That's it. A comma B comma C comma D are collinear. This is the first case. Next, ma. For example, next case. Case 2. Case 2. Case 2 means if they are perpendicular. If they are perpendicular. If they are perpendicular means automatically what about the angle will be? Plus or minus pi by 2. Means theta is equal plus or minus pi by 2. Now, if next case, ma, if AB is perpendicular to CD. If AB is perpendicular to CD. If AB is perpendicular to CD, then what is the theta value will be? Plus or minus pi by 2 na? Plus or minus pi by 2? If it is plus or minus pi by 2, okay, plus pi by 2 take it. Then what is the value? E power I pi by 2 value. Cos pi by 2 plus I sin pi by 2 now. Cos pi by 2 value 0. I into sin pi by 2. I into 1 iota. So the whole value iota. Iota into some multiple. Means total, what is the nature of this complex number? Purely imaginary. That means, that is, we can conclude that Z1 minus Z2 by Z3 minus Z4 is purely imaginary. Purely imaginary. So these 2 points are very important. Now, commutative point of view, how they will frame the bit. Simple logic here the bit formation will be like this. For example, they will mention this point. If Z2 minus Z4 by Z3 minus Z1 is purely real, then what is the angle between? For example, Z1 point is A, B, C, D. Then what is the angle between AC and BD? They will ask like this. If this is purely real, then what is the angle between, if Z1 is represented by A, Z2 is by B, Z3 is by C, Z4 by D, then what is the angle between AC and BD? What is the angle between AC and BD? 0 or pi. This is the answer. So directly, this is the how you can derive, means basing on the concept of rotation. This one, after concept of rotation these are the special cases. If theta equal to 0, that is purely real. If theta equal to plus or minus pi by 2, the whole complex number is purely imaginary. So in sometimes here also they will frame the bit. If the whole quantity is purely imaginary, then what is the angle between AB and CD? They will ask like that. What is the angle between AB and CD? Plus or minus pi by 2. Multi-answer type, they will frame the bits like that. Remember very important concepts. Okay. Next, after this one example they given. One example here they given. Okay. Basing on that example, listen. The example is, I hope that these 2 points are clear. Okay, important points, competitive point of view. You have to revise this concept. Okay. Next. Now, we will discuss about the one example, basing on this rotation theorem, how they will frame the bits. Here this is important. Basing on the rotation theorem, how they will frame the bits. Here they given complex numbers Z1, Z2, Z3 are the. Here the example bit is complex numbers Z1 comma Z2 and 3. These are the complex numbers are the vertices A comma B comma C, A comma B comma C, respectively of a isosceles right angle triangle, respectively represent a right angle isosceles triangle. Okay, isosceles right angle triangle with right angle at C, with a right angle at C. Then show that, here they given, show that Z1 minus Z2 whole square equal to Z1 minus Z2 equals to 2 into Z1 minus Z3 into Z3 minus Z2. This is the bit. Okay, IIT point of view, subjective point bit ma this one. Listen. So this is the complete bit they given, and that too we can derive the whole thing with the help of the rotation theorem only. With the help of the rotation theorem only, we will derive this value. Listen. According to given data, C is the right angle triangle. That is C, it is the right angle triangle and isosceles. So here if you observe the diagram, let this is A of Z1, let it be B of Z2, C of Z3. This is the triangle they given. That two, here it is right angle, and these two are equal. So from this, by rotation theorem, how I can add this value, tell me? Z1 minus Z3 by Z2 minus Z3 equal to modulus Z1 minus Z3 by modulus Z2 minus Z3 into what is angle? Pi by 2. So e power I pi by 2. Can I write like this? Cross check one time. Z1 minus Z3 by Z2 minus Z3 equal to, I can get this is the value. Now which implies Z1 minus Z3 by Z2 minus Z3 equal to Z1 minus Z3. What is this meaning? The distance between AC. Z2 minus Z3, distance between BC. Both are equal. They given right angle isosceles triangle. So these both get equal, they cancel. E power I pi by 2. What is e power I pi by 2 value? Tell me. Cos pi by 2 plus I sin pi by 2, which implies cos pi by 2 value 0, sin pi by 2 value 1. So here you will get Z1 minus Z3 by Z2 minus Z3 equal to iota. This is the value. Now after getting this one, squaring on both sides, if I squaring on both sides, then I can get here. If I squaring on both sides this value, here I am writing. Listen, diagram is over already. Listen. So I can get the value Z1 minus Z3 equal to Z2 minus Z3 iota square. Then what I can get here, it is value Z1 square plus Z3 square minus 2 Z1 Z3 equal to iota square. What is iota square? Minus. So minus of what I can get, mom? Z2 square plus Z3 square minus 2 Z2 Z3. Simplify this value, mom. Z1 square plus Z3 square minus 2 Z1 Z3 equal to minus Z2 square minus Z3 square plus 2 Z2 Z3. Now bring this minus Z2 square this side, bring all these values that side. Then I can get Z1 square plus Z2 square equal to, now here it is the value minus 2 Z1 Z3 changes to plus 2 Z1 Z3, Z3 square this value minus 2 Z3 square, next value plus 2 Z2 Z3. Got it, mom? I bring this value this side plus Z3 square, this side minus Z3 square, already minus Z3 square, this is the value plus 2. Now this value I can write as Z1 square plus Z2 square minus 2 Z1 Z2. This side I am subtracting, so this side also I will subtract. 2 Z1 Z3 minus 2 Z3 square plus 2 Z2 Z3 minus 2 Z1 Z2. So what I can get here, the total value will be Z1 minus Z2 whole square equal to, if I common 2 if I common 2 if I common Z1 here, Z3 minus Z2 I can get, mom. Z3 minus Z2. Here if I common Z3, then here it is value Z2 minus, sorry, Z1 minus Z3. Z1 minus Z3. This is the result. Got it now? So this is the basic thing is concept of rotation. Okay. Thank you.